Hey everyone, it's Glenn with Vegas Backyard Prepper, and today we are harvesting our turnips. We've got a little bit of video that's going to come after this short introduction. That was filmed months ago, back when we didn't have quite as good video equipment. So forgive the video quality, but we're going to go ahead and get these harvested. Today is the first day of January, so Happy New Year to everyone. We planted these, how long ago, Connor? About October? Yeah, I would say about end of September, early October, and they're now ready for harvest. One of the great things about the weather here in Las Vegas, it's January 1st, and we're looking at, I believe it's going to get to 55, maybe 60 degrees today. So one of the nice things about the desert. Sucks in the summer, though, when it gets to 120. But, it is what it is. So anyways, let's get into the video. Hi everyone, this is Glenn with Vegas Backyard Prepper, and today we are out in the garden. We're getting some fall seeds planted. Over here, our son Connor is putting in some pak choi, which is a type of Chinese cabbage, and we're going to be intercropping in some carrots. That's one of the things you can do, especially if you don't have a lot of space, is plant two different types of vegetables together and grow them in the same spot to conserve space. So he's planting the pak choi and the carrots, and we're going to go back up here to this other raised bed that's been resting and prepared. Over here we've got our eggplant that we planted a couple weeks ago starting to come up. So this will be a good one to have over the fall. But in this bed right here, we're going to be planting today some turnips. Turnips don't take very long to grow, so we'll be able to get a crop or two of these in before it gets too cold for them. Now with the turnips, you don't need to plant them very deep, and you want to kind of space them out a little bit, because turnips get pretty good size. The type of turnip that we're going to be planting is the common turnip, the purple top white globe. Now you don't need to go very deep on these. About ½ inch, ½ inch to about a ½ inch. So I always drop 2 seeds in. That way then if one doesn't sprout, the other one more than likely will. And you want to go about 6 inches apart. So just kind of make some holes here. Now this soil has been prepared with compost from the garden. Compost, I should say, not only from the garden, but from our chicken coop. And you can probably see our composters there behind me. Now, turnips are a very underrated vegetable. You can use them for a lot of things. If you're making mashed potatoes, you can take turnips and chop them up and boil them with the potatoes. And mash it all together. also roast them. Pretty much anything you make with a potato, you can make with a turnip. And they're very high in nutrients. You know, very good thing to have in your prepper stores. In addition, the tops, the greens, are also edible. And when we had our last crop of turnips, we actually used those in our salads. All in all, very versatile plant. I know some people who grow turnips, and what they do is the greens, they'll take the tops and dehydrate them, powder them, and make green smoothies with them. Most of these in there. Grab a few more seeds. Now the important thing you want to do is make sure when you're planting you're using fresh seeds. Seeds will store for a while in cool, dark conditions, but you always want to try to use fresh seeds. You don't want to use something that you've had sitting in the closet for the last 5 years. Some seeds will last that long, but all in all, right now, while we're still able to get them, just buy new ones each season. There we go. Cover up the holes. We'll give this a little bit of a drink. And we'll be good to go. And that's our fall turnips. Alrighty, so here are the turnips at 2 weeks. Growing very nicely. Alrighty, so here are the turnips. This is about 2 months in on the growing season, and they're looking really good. So we should be able to harvest these in the next couple days. Let me move this out of the way. Oh yeah, they're a little bit small because we did start them a little late in the season, but as you can see, there's a lot of them. So we'll be picking those and getting them ready for storage to use throughout the winter. So we'll give it about another week, and then we will harvest these. Cut. Okay, so I've got my son Connor here. He's going to be helping me out today with this. We're going to be harvesting our turnips. Now with the turnips, you want to let them grow until they're about 2 to 3 inches. So probably, about that big around or so. About the size of a baseball, maybe a tennis ball. You don't want to let them get too big, because then they get very fibrous, very woody, and you just don't want to eat them then, because it's more like chewing on like tree bark. So a nice, smaller size turnip is better, have better flavor, better consistency, and it'll store better. So let's go ahead and start pulling these out. Just right over here, Connor, work on this side. Just kind of reach down in. You want to grab at the base of the bulb and gently pull it out. Now, if I remember correctly, we've got a couple different types of turnips in here. So like this right here is perfect. It's a little smaller, but it'll It'll turn out great. Here, we don't have anything in this bed. Just go ahead and move the bucket over here so we can both access it. Thank you. And the nice thing with the turnips too is all this stuff at the top is edible as well. It's a little wilted just because of the weather, but if we'd planted these in the spring and let them go through, all this here, we would use it for salads, soups. I would probably dehydrate some. And we would also give some to our chickens, which you can hear in the background. That's our little man, Garley. He's wants to let the world know he's here. See, here's a good sized one. Huh? Just set that one aside. We can give the tops to the chicken. Well, we're going to give all the tops to the chickens. Here's a perfect one. That one's about 2.5 inches across. And the smaller ones we can use for different things. Now one of the nice things with turnips too is you can mix them in with, like, say, mashed potatoes. So when you peel your potatoes, cut them up and chop them up, put them in the pot of water. What you do is you also take the turnips, peel them, chop them up, throw them in with the potatoes, boil them together, and mash them together. So you get all the starch and nutrients of the potatoes, but you get that extra nutritional boost from the turnip as well. And it looks like a lot of these are going to be a little bit smaller than I'd hoped, but that's okay. Alrighty, so now we're going to take this inside, get them cleaned up, and I'll show you what we've got once everything's all cleaned up. Okay, so we got the turnips all cleaned up, and some of the larger ones, like this, we're just going to prep to use for whatever, make them with some mashed potatoes or something. But come on in a little closer, and you can see we've got, got some decent sized ones. And we've also got some really tiny ones. Now these little ones like this, probably up to about like maybe this size, what we'll do is we'll cut the tops off, cut the root off, and we'll put those into like a pickle, or we'll pickle them or something, and we'll be able to use them in like soup, soup or a stew or something like that. So this is a good little late harvest of turnips. We'll probably do another bed of these in the spring, but we wanted to see if we could get a little bit anyways, just to kind of get us through the winter, the little bit of winter that's left. We don't eat a lot of turnips here, but we do like them. So we don't grow a whole lot, but we use up what we grow. So, um, it just goes to show that even in this little 3-foot by 3-foot garden bed, you can still get a decent crop of turnips. And what I'll do is we'll weigh these, and I'll post a picture of this on our Facebook and Instagram with the total weight of turnips that we harvested. Now, if you like our videos, everyone, please subscribe to our channel, comment on our videos if there's a video topic or something you'd like to see us try to grow in our garden, within reason, of course. We're not going to be able to grow like, I don't know, bananas here or something like that. But, with our raised beds, we've got blackberries, potatoes, peppers, and stuff. A lot of different things. But if there's a topic you'd like for us to cover or something like that, drop it down in the comments section. Let us know. Like our videos, share them around with your friends. And, that'll be it today for Vegas Backyard Prepper.